very much. I would like to thank Mrs. Tara for the opportunity to speak. Indeed, I'm young and I'm in front of my daddies and mommies. The experience has been a wonderful one. Now, being a 21st century learner, I'm coming from the point of creativity. You have to learn to be creative and innovative. This is very important because even though you have information on the digital space, you need to be creative and innovative enough to sieve and understand the context of what you're learning and not just the content. Thank you very much. African teachers, we should try to incorporate our own elements into learning. For example, in the lower primary, it is easier to teach in the local dialect, for example, Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbo in low-income communities. So these learners soak the ideas better. This is in line with my experience as a Teach for Nigeria fellow in a low-income community, where I'm able to learn a bit of the language so as to drive the context of my learning. So because of that, the learners are open to learning and I am eager to provide the opportunity to learn. Thank you very much. As young individuals, we also have a role to play because the profession of teaching is becoming undesirable to some extent by young individuals. They are looking forward to making much money fast, which is a personal desire, but learning continues and young people have a role to play. As young as I am, I'm interested about education. I should have been in another profession, but there's beauty in learning, there's beauty in education because we are looking at the future. I'm constantly worried who is going to teach my kid. Even though the internet is there, there's at some point a level of human interaction. So young people have a role to play, and not just for us to blame the government, but also put ourselves forward as young, able-bodied people to make this a reality. Thank you. It has been a beautiful journey of different experiences and exposures. Before I came here, I just finished an exhibition, an art exhibition, in which I was the painter. I exhibited 16 works to my credit. Now, aside that, I authored over 10 children's books, and I'm passionate about young individuals. So, as a learner, because as a teacher, you are a learner, and you're constantly learning. And each and every one of us is given innate talents. Aside being a teacher, we have our own identities. And this is taking us to being social. This leads me to asking a question. How many of us have a YouTube channel? How many people? Almost all is not an answer. Okay. Now, how many of us are on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram? Okay. Now, the next question is, how many of us have incorporated those platforms to show our educational and personal talents? Because learners would actually relate to you when they discover that you are a social teacher. Oh, my teacher is on Instagram? That's beautiful. Oh, my teacher is on Facebook. I know you in the classroom, and I also know you in the social space. And how many of us have followers up to 1,000? Because I believe most of all of us here should have taught, children must have passed through you over 1,000. Now, digital presence has a way of accentuating our learning and teaching experiences. Now, this is without getting support from someone else. And we can see what social media can do. Just a viral post can skyrocket a teacher from 0 to 100. So my experience has been more of fusing my talents as a teacher, as an author, as a painter, as someone in the non-governmental space. I fused all this together to be a dynamic teacher. So when I'm coming into the classroom, I'm not outdated. Instead, I'm updated so that these learners can actually follow the path and go beyond what we are doing. Thank you very much. Your children will reap the benefits of your hard work. So this is a prayer to you, but as you develop yourself, like what we are doing today, I strongly believe that as a 21st century teacher, you can only get better. The world is out for your conquering. You're not old enough. You're young at heart. I know you still think clear and beautifully. So keep that in mind and keep being creative. Thank you very much.